Alright guys, welcome back to Doubled Over Fishing. My name is Garrett Peterson. I'm back out on the river tonight and using some feisty big bullheads for bait, and we're gonna go after some flatheads. We are currently in the post spawn. So what that means, well, most of the fish are in the post spawn, but what that means is basically these fish are done spawning and they're ready to get active again, start feeding, and I'm hoping I can get on one tonight. Probably won't be fishing in my kayak for very long. I have to go to work in the morning at about 4 a.m. so I gotta go to bed kind of early, but I'm gonna be staying the night out here since I'm only about a half hour from work. So spend the night on the river, do some fishing, hopefully catch a decent sized flathead. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Alright, so not too much action so far, but figured this would be a good time to go over my rod setup. I have friends that ask me all the time if I'm running a $200 to $300 setup, and it's just not true. I'm not doing that. This whole rod setup is probably 120 bucks, I think. The rod itself is a Rip and Lip Super Cat rod, and the rod alone is $50. And for $50, you're getting a pretty good deal. The company always posts pictures of fish being caught on this, and actually just a couple of weeks ago there was a 200-pound alligator gar in, I think, Oklahoma that was caught on this, not this exact rod, but the same model, which is a medium heavy, and that's a really big fish for this kind of rod. For a $50 rod, I mean, pulling in a 200-pound fish, can't go wrong with that. I mean, you could even use this for musky fishing, it's so light. But I use this obviously for flathead catfish, for channel catfish, could use it for musky. I use it for sturgeon. Caught my biggest sturgeon on, I think, this rod actually. So they can definitely handle really big fish. You don't have to spend $100 on a rod to catch a really big fish. Now for the reel, it looks like a really fancy reel, but I mean, it kind of is a fancy reel. This reel was only $50 as well. Actually, it might have been less. But these reels are called Ming Yang reels, and I know that by me saying that, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna say, well, it's probably made in China. It's actually not. It's made in the US. This reel has 17 pounds of drag, and they are extremely good as long as you keep up on cleaning them. If you get sand all over them, clean it, because if you get sand all in the gears and stuff and you just let it sit in there, your reel is going to be really messed up, and you don't want that. But yeah, I think actually I just replaced one of my other blue reels, and this is my new one, but it lasted me 5 years on the river of catching, you know, sturgeon and channel cats and flatheads. So it went through a lot of abuse. I think actually that reel caught all of my biggest fish. So yeah, the Ming Yang reels, I think this is the 60, this is the CL60. This is a good reel. I bought the power handle separate. It's just an aftermarket power handle. I really like them. They just come with a normal double reel, but I love power handles. That's just my thing. Now for the line that I'm using, this yellow line right here, this is just 80-pound Power Pro. I mean, you can find it online, you can find it at Cabela's. Pretty standard. I typically get it at Tackle Direct. For 50 bucks I can get 500 yards, so it's a pretty good deal. And then I have a sinker slide on here. You can get it at pretty much any catfish store that's online. I have a bead so it protects the knot. I have a swivel that's rated for 200 pounds. I have 60-pound monofilament leader line. This one I have a rattle on. A rattle is not necessary. I will say though, it has caught all my biggest fish, for flatheads at least. But that being said, it's not necessary. You don't need it. Just some beads, so then the hook, so then it doesn't interfere with the hook getting in the fish's mouth. This hook is just an 8/0 triple threat circle hook from Whisker Seeker. I've had absolutely no issues with these hooks. These hooks are awesome. I love them a lot. So if you're looking to get into catfishing or sturgeon fishing, it doesn't have to be expensive. Like I said, you know, this rod setup is probably like 120 bucks, which really isn't that much. You could even go cheaper. You can get a whole rod setup for probably like 60 or 70 bucks. It doesn't have to be expensive. But that being said, that's my rod setup. I really like it. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, we're at our next spot. Oh, I'm really hoping I can catch one before it gets dark, but typically it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. We're gonna try anyways. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of this spot. I gotta actually go to bed pretty soon, so kind of a bummer, but we'll still be fishing throughout the night, obviously. Can't sleep on the river and not fish. That'd just be silly. But I'm gonna head to my camp spot, so stay tuned. All right, guys, last spot of the night. I've had some pretty big bullheads in the past, but this is truly a sumo. I mean, this thing is a giant. So I hope it gets hit tonight. Now, unfortunately, just because it's a big bait doesn't mean I'm gonna catch a big fish. Flatheads are pigs, so, but we're gonna see what happens. So I'll toss her out there, and hopefully I get a big fish tonight. Jeez. Ow, my ear. Well, guys, sorry about not getting a full fight on video. I don't know. Honestly, don't know what happened. My GoPro would not turn on, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, ow. Man. Oh. All right, guys. Really nice 40-inch flathead. I won't take the girth because that is just alright, but awesome fish either way. Super happy I got it. I'm gonna go let it go. Alright, this fish is ready to get lost, so see you later, buddy. Cool. Alright guys, 4 a.m. came too quick. So no more bites tonight, but super glad that I did catch that 40-incher. That helped me out a lot in my tournament, and that's number 8 for me this year for flatheads, which that means I'm already doing better than I did last year, and I still have about 2 solid months of flathead fishing to go, so I am excited to see how many I can get and how many more big ones I can get. Should be interesting, but thanks for watching the video. I gotta head to work here, so I'm all packed up and about to head out, so I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching Double Over Fishing.